I'm behind. I'm behind in the technical innovations that are happening in a lot of different places because I traded that knowledge, which is not profitable, for a more profitable knowledge. So the guys that
Ethereum
are,
stuff. So
yeah,
let me tell you some fun stuff though too. So like this
please.
stuff all used to exist on Bitcoin. It's coming back to Bitcoin Cash. So if you go to cashshuffle.com, there's this cash shuffling trustless software, and we're about to build it right into all 6 million Bitcoin.com wallet users. And when you have 6 million Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin.com wallet users shuffling their coins automatically on by default for everybody all the time, you
It's
have
awesome.
privacy that's in the same ballpark as Monero.
It's really
And you
good.
have and I love Monero. I bought a bunch of Monero early on when I thought Bitcoin was having its scaling issues. But Bitcoin Cash, like it or not, has a much bigger network effect than Monero. Bitcoin Cash is the second most used cryptocurrency for payments, bigger than everything, even ahead of Ethereum. And I love Ethereum. I have a bunch of Ethereum too. Ethereum's awesome. I'm never going to say anything bad about Ethereum until there actually would be something bad to say
Yeah.
about it. And at the moment, there isn't really. But
So we could talk
anyhow,
about,
what makes cryptocurrencies the top dog?
so
Market cap is one metric, but
I
privacy is
don't, I
another.
don't think, like, I really truly do not think market
You say
cap
it's not
should
that
be
important.
used. Because look, 42% of Bitcoin's held in 2,038 addresses, each over 1,000 BTC, and none of you guys listening has any control over any of them. So liquidity matters for those guys, not you, and market cap matters for those guys, not you. When the market cap of Bitcoin goes up, if you have a giant bag of it, your net worth goes up. But if you've got a little tiny bag and the market cap goes up, right? So let's say Bitcoin's 7,000 right now, and there's 18 million coins. That's what, 70 million plus 56 million, which is like what, 126 billion, I guess. So you've got 126 billion dollars of market cap. Let's say it doubles. It doubles. Amazing. Now we're up where it was 3 months ago. Lol, at 14,000. If you've got a $20 bag of Bitcoin, now you've made 20 extra dollars. Is that life-changing wealth to you? No. So that idea that like market cap matters for the normal user, what really matters for the normal user is their ROI percent. Like that matters, because if you've only got a $20 bag or a $100 bag, you actually need a lot of ROI to even go to dinner next week, you know? So I care about anonymity if you want to really use it. I care about ROI percent if you want to get rich on it. And this like vanity metric of market cap is very, very manipulatable, and it doesn't even work right. Like, people don't understand. The market cap number that you see is based on circulating supply. And in Bitcoin, they count circulating supply as 18 million coins, which we know is indeed factually not the circulating supply, because there's coins that have never circulated a single time, like Satoshi's million coins. And they're counted. And so the actual market cap is inflated unfairly in Bitcoin, and it's miscounted, but no one appears to care. You know, like, there's so many things that could be made better in crypto, and like, I know them and I want to share them with the world. So what Roger's doing with making mandatory coin mixing, it's the only way you can actually get anonymity. There's only two ways to get anonymity. Mark my words. There's only two ways to get anonymity. One, you use zero knowledge proofs, and they're new and they're hard and not that many people know how to work with them. Two, you use mixing with a large anonymity set. And if you don't have a large anonymity set, the mixing does not work. And it has to be mandatory. If it's not mandatory, then people can Sybil attack it and enter the pool of anonymous users with a bunch of their own users that they really just know who they are. And then they see who the odd guy out is, and then they can track that guy, right? So what he's doing makes the world a better place. And who else is doing that? I don't know. I mean,
so can we quote you, Richard? Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin.com are making the world
sure.
a better
Yeah,
place.
if you're making cryptocurrencies more anonymous, I 100% support that, and I think it's beautiful, and we'll continue to support that as long as most human beings are honest. As long as most human beings are honest, then the majority of the benefit from the technological increase is going to honest people. Now, if we find some technology that only evil people use, well, then we could say, okay, in this instance, let's try and do something weird in this place. But for the most part, most technology makes the world better for everybody. Most people are not criminals. Most people are not terrorists. Most people are not child rapists. And therefore, most technology makes the world a better place. So I totally support what you're doing. And I tell you, man, if I think that Bitcoin Cash would be more successful if you guys said less bad things about Bitcoin. And I know it's weird, and I know it's hard because you see the truth and you want to be honest about it. But the politics of it is, who's the easiest people for you to convert over to BCH, or in my case, Hex, or in, Charlie Lee's case, I don't even know if he owns Litecoin anymore, but, like everyone's got their flavor that they like. The easiest people to convert are people that are already in crypto. And do they want to get on your team if you've shit talked their bag and made their bag go down in price and made them feel bad feelings and stuff? They don't want to. So like I would know more about BCH technology, but the community was so mean to me after I was so mean to it that I just kind of stopped paying attention, right? But apparently you guys have been doing cool stuff, which is neat, right? Like this SLP token you told me about.
Yeah.
Which lets you pay dividends. It's basically like an ERC20, except it's on BCH, and then you can use it to pay dividends and stuff and have a ticker symbol.
Yep. And then one other really cool thing too is they're setting it up, or it's kind of set up a token on Ethereum. You have to have Ethereum to act as gas to move the token. So if you send someone an ERC20 token, but they don't have any Ethereum, the token's stuck. On Bitcoin Cash, you can move the tokens without needing any Bitcoin to act as gas, using these things that they're calling gas stations, where somebody else can pay the Bitcoin.
They've got that in Ethereum called meta transactions.
Zero Bitcoin Cash.
Yeah, Ethereum's version of that's called meta transactions. Yeah,
good.
So, like, what I try and do is be nice to things that deserve to be nice to, even though I don't own any. I don't own any Bitcoin Cash. I don't own $100 of Monero, but if I see something that's good, am I going to be an asshole and like pretend that the good things aren't happening in the hopes that somehow my bag goes up in price? That's gross. It's literally gross. And for the majority of people that are doing that shit, the Bitcoin guys that hate by default everything that they see, they insert their head in the sand, and it's a tranquil, easy way to go through life and watch other people pass you by one day and you don't know how it happened because you had your head in the sand. So Bitcoin devs used to be the smartest, best devs in crypto. And now they're not. They're not even working on Bitcoin. They're working on shit that's not Bitcoin. If you have a Bitcoin developer that stops working on Bitcoin and now he's working on Lightning, it is a different software repository that runs by different security rules, that doesn't use the same, like, there's nothing in common. There's nothing in common between Lightning and Bitcoin. So you just effectively lost a Bitcoin developer when someone went to go do that. And when they work on the Liquid sidechain, or when they work on this BSE thing, or when devs start to do all of the other things they could actually make money on instead of work on Bitcoin, which is how the tragedy of the commons is tragic, Bitcoin stops making gains. Now, let me hedge this statement a little bit. If you read the last Bitcoin version that came out, which I believe was 0.17.1, Bitcoin Core, there's a shitload of improvements, a ton of improvements, but they're all little tiny things that make a bunch of little things a little bit better. They're not big feature improvements. When you compare that type of upgrade, which maybe makes sense for the most expensive cryptocurrency, maybe they should go slower, maybe they should make slower progress, that they make less mistakes. But in that case, if you want to make less mistakes, the best solution is not to make less progress. It's to hire goddamn auditors that for a living catch mistakes. Gee, there's a class of people that for a living find mistakes. What do you know? You could hire them and they'll find mistakes. How do I know this? Because I hired a bunch of them for my project. So I have audits and Bitcoin doesn't. It's stupid. They could do it. You need to recognize what is good, learn what other people are doing well, and integrate it into your project, or you will get passed the fuck up.